Hey everyone! Today I want to talk about my strategies for not shopping.
Hi, I'm Melody. Today we're talking about all the strategies to set me up for success for this no-buy year.
As you know, I'm doing a no-buy year this year. So that means it's a little bit different for everybody who does a no-buy year, but for me it means I'm not going to purchase things unless they are replacing something in my collection that I don't already have a replacement for. There's a few other exceptions, different video about that. But I have several different strategies that should help to make the no-buy and shopping moving forward a little bit easier for me. The first one is the biggest one, and that's been something I've been pretty good about for the last year or so. Actually, for longer than that, but even better. I keep getting better, I should say. And that is to raise the standards of what I buy. So I don't go to the super cheap stores that sell things in mass quantities and that expect you to buy a whole new wardrobe every season. So they put the prices real low so you can afford that, and then they're constantly switching over their inventory. So the fast fashion and even just dollar stores, I don't go there to buy my items because they're not made up to my ethical standards. So it's a lot harder to find products to buy that meet higher standards. So when I look at a product and I want to buy it, I ask myself a few things. Did someone or something suffer in order for me to enjoy this product? And if the answer is yes, I don't buy it. If the answer is I don't know, I'm less likely to buy it, moving towards I don't buy it. And if the answer is yes, I still try to put in some critical thinking. Do I need it? Does it fill a hole in my wardrobe or makeup collection or whatever it is? But raising the standards in ethics, in consumerism, helps me not shop a lot. And I'm going to have another video about that in case you're interested in finding out how to find out about if somebody or something suffered for me to enjoy a certain item. Strategy number 2 to shop less is to put things into perspective. So I already own a lot of really nice things. So why do I need to buy more really nice things? It prevents me from enjoying fully the nice things that I already own. So that's one perspective. Number 2 is to look at cost per use. So that is again going to be another video. Pretty soon I'll stop saying that because I have so many great ideas for videos. I think they're great ideas for videos, but they're things that I want to get out there right away on my channel because it's been so long since I made videos. So once I get all that out there, then it'll be less plugs for future videos. Anyway, cost per use. So I have a spreadsheet that I look at cost per use for palettes right now, for makeup palettes, and I hope to expand that, but I'll explain more about that in that video, and that really helps put things into perspective. I hate waste. Waste is a trigger for me. You waste my time, you waste my money, you waste my efforts, you waste whatever it is. It's a trigger. So fast fashion, excessive makeup hoarding, all that kind of, it's wasteful and it makes me mad. So anyway, I have to think about the waste that will eventually come if I overbuy. And it does help a little bit, but I'm going to use that as a strategy moving forward to make this no-buy a little bit easier. Another perspective shift I want to have is I purchase a lot for my fantasy self. So fantasy self is a principle of minimalism, and I laugh at even me saying the word minimalism because I'm so far from that, but I'd like to make strides closer to that. One of my friends says it is middleism that she strives for, and I totally agree. I will be a middleist because I know minimalism is different for everybody and everybody has their different standards for it, but I don't think anybody outside of myself will ever look at me and think I'm a minimalist. So I just don't even, I can't. So anyway, middleism. But my fantasy self, tangent, getting back to my point, fantasy self. My fantasy self travels all the time. My real self doesn't. Well, I used to travel a lot, and hopefully we'll get back there. But my fantasy self travels all the time, so I'm often buying things for travel, things that'll make traveling that much easier. So I need to get rid of that fantasy self. My fantasy self also goes out on a lot of fancy, elegant dates with hubby. That hasn't been happening a lot, and even when things are open and we're not in lockdown, I still don't go on that many fancy dates with him. So the percentage of my products that I have, just in case I go on a fancy date, is way bigger than the actual fancy dates I go out on. So fantasy self needs to get into check. Strategy number 3, and I already kind of talked about this in perspective, but it's to appreciate what I already have. And some strategies for appreciating what I already have is to organize my makeup, to clean it, to inventory it, to swatch it, that sort of thing. Because I already have such nice things, I, again, don't need to add more things in because it's going to prevent me from using up what I already have that's already really nice. Strategy number 4 is to look at money. So if you catch my I did not buy it video, any of them that'll be coming, one's out there already. Anyway. My I did not buy it. That's going to talk all about the money I will save when I stop shopping. Still early into this. I'm filming this in December. I don't know when this is going to be posted, but I haven't officially begun my no-buy yet, so I haven't saved any money yet, but it's coming. Another strategy, and this is one that puzzles people when I talk about it as a strategy to stop shopping, it's subscription boxes. So I say, oh, I'm going to get a subscription box to help me stop shopping. And people are like, I'm sorry, so how is that going to help you stop shopping? Let me explain. So I have this idea, and it does work. It has worked in the past a little bit, but it wasn't very long-lived, that getting subscription boxes helps me stop shopping because it's a controlled amount of things that comes to me. And so that's the idea behind it. And I think I can get to that point again. What I forgot to talk about in my rules for no buys was that I do have a few subscription box subscriptions right now, annuals. And my FabFitFun, which doesn't typically meet my standards for ethics in the products they include, is I have one box left in that. So when that box comes, I'm going to cancel that subscription. And then I have CauseBox. That does meet the standard for my ethical consumerism checklist. So that one, I'm debating if I'm going to keep it or not. But it is a little bit of a fix, if you will, when those products come. But on the other hand, it can sometimes trigger more shopping. So I'm going to have to evaluate and see where I am with that once that subscription comes and I'm a few months into, or I should say that subscription comes to an end and I'm a few months into my no-buy, because I'm halfway through that subscription. So I have 2 boxes left in that annual membership, and that's a great box. I'm actually going to unbox it on my channel when it arrives, the winter box. So be on a lookout for that. And they really vet the items that they put into the box. So that's why I enjoy it. Actually, these earrings are from that box. They were made by artisan women in Kenya. This is a few years ago now, but I like these earrings. They go with so many different things. Okay. Oh, and another piece of that subscription box strategy is that I can take items that I've received in subscription boxes that I don't necessarily want and swap them for other items. So I do that on the swap site of my subscriptionaddiction.com. And I have gotten some things that I've missed out on subscription boxes before, and it's really fun. It sometimes takes a little bit of work to get what you want, because not everybody wants to swap and everybody gets stuck up on retail values and that sort of thing. But I think I can make a game out of it and make it a little bit competitive against myself. So I think that'll be a lot of fun, and that'll be another strategy to stop shopping. But I've been out of the subscription box game for a little bit now, and just got back into it recently, so I don't have that many items that I don't want, so I don't have a lot to swap. So that's why I haven't really been working through that strategically yet. Strategy number 6 to help me stop shopping is my wish list. I alluded to this in another video, and I'm going to have an upcoming video explaining all about it, but in a nutshell, my wish list is going to be a Google Doc that I can share with hubby and anybody else who wants to see it, like if they want to buy me a gift or whatever, because he tends to not buy me gifts that I want because I buy them for myself all the time. That's what he tells me, and it's very true. So I told him one of the things that's going to help me stop shopping is if, when he buys me gifts, if he wants to pick something from that list, if he still has something else in mind for me too, he can get me that, whatever. But that'll help me to know that there's some hope that someday I will get some of those items on that wish list. Strategy number 7 to help me stop shopping is just being competitive with myself, setting some goals and actually achieving them. Why I don't have success in that as of yet in terms of shopping is the lack of accountability. So I've talked a little bit already about the accountability that I'm hoping for through having this channel, and I think that that will really help me achieve goals that I set for myself in terms of not shopping. And strategy number 8 is a big one for me, and that's realizing I can't have everything I want. As soon as I realize that, it takes the pressure off. I don't have to work hard to accumulate everything I want. It's not achievable, except for the fact that if I want less, then it becomes more achievable. So that's kind of a strategy within itself, is stop wanting things. But for right now, where I am right now, my strategy is realizing I can't have everything I want. And I think moving forward, a good goal is to want less. So for right now, in the very beginning of my no-buy, technically before my no-buy has even begun, those are my strategies to help me shop less or stop shopping in this case. So I foresee this changing a lot. I think the game plan is going to change quite a bit as I go through this no-buy. So I will probably update this video as I go. If you have any strategies to help you stop shopping or to help you resist buying something that really tempts you, please let me know in the comments. I can use all the help I can get. And yeah, I look forward to seeing how these strategies adapt throughout the year. Thank you again for watching, and if you want to see how they adapt throughout the year, please hit that subscribe button, tell your friends about me. I really do want to build community here. I appreciate you watching, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. See you next time.